proud and happy of our Youth Commission. They're an amazing group of people, and what they put together is nothing but a miracle.
I mean, overall, we try to keep the main ideas the same. It's about making good decisions, preparing your kids for going into high school and kind of the decisions they'll have to make there, and overall just really pushing that idea of prevention and making good choices.
Before I do this, do I have permission? Good? Yeah. All right. Hold that right over your head, 2 hands. Thank you so much, Lucy. And your name?
Nick.
Nick. All right, Nick. Nick has no idea what horrible things he just agreed to. First lesson, get all the information first. Here's what you just agreed to, Nick. And it's like you're going to flip the coin, catch it, turn it, that's it. Then you're going to put your health and well-being in Lucy's hands. Literally. Because inside that envelope, there's one piece of paper that says heads or it says tails. If it matches, you get nothing. If it's wrong, I get to punch you square in the face as hard as I can. You get nothing about it. I don't want to do it. I don't agree with it. But he already agreed. You got the coin? Excellent. Flip it up in the air. Turn it. You can take a look at what it is. You can say what it is nice and loud.
Heads.
Heads. Lucy, you can see. One piece of paper. You can take it out. Nothing else in there. And it says?
Heads.
Heads. That's always your reaction. Everybody's like, I want to get punched in the face. All right. 3 quick lessons. 1, before you agree to something, get all the information first. Think about the peer pressure skip. If you know what to expect, you can either avoid the situation or you can at least prepare your answer. And when it comes to peer pressure, the only way to avoid it is being able to make the decision beforehand. Think about it before now, right? Before you actually get there, if I'm in the situation, there's other people, like if you're going to a party, you're going to go hang out with friends, have that in the back of your head. Like, what happens if? You prepare your answer, and that way when you get into the situation, you don't have to make a decision, because you've already made it. 2, don't put your health and well-being in somebody else's hands. One person looking out for you. You. Other than like parents and often, and trained medical professionals. 3, this is the big one. Nick, you knew I was going to punch you in the face, or you were going to get nothing, based on flipping the coin, right?
Yeah.
Why'd you flip the coin? Go! You see his face? Oh, man! And that's the thing. You have nothing to gain, but everything to lose. If you don't have anything to gain, don't flip the coin. When you find yourself in that bad situation, get out. Give them both a nice round of applause. You guys can have a seat.
Create the presentation in a way that more or less looked at, not just saying like, don't do drugs, don't do it, but it's more about, all right, what are the issues that you face? You know, why do some people turn to things like drugs and alcohol, vaping, etc., and trying to understand, okay, these are the reasons, so here are the other ways out. Here's what you can do to help you through those difficult situations, and that's why I really like to focus on.
One of the things that we went over today is making sure that you empower yourself and have good friends around you. Your peers are the ones that you are friends with. So you need to find a group that has ideals the same as yours, and the ideals that are going to perpetuate you to make the best decisions possible so that you can be successful in life.
The best thing you can do is just talk to someone. I'm not saying it has to be your parents. It can be, but not everyone's comfortable with that. And, talking with your friends or talking to a teacher, just anyone, just talking and discussing and thinking about it is really something that helps you reflect and go forward remembering what you have learned here today.
But I had all these things that happened to me as a kid that I experienced, these self-esteem issues, these insecurities, these racing thoughts because of ADHD. Then at 31 years old, they take all the drugs away, and I'm like that 13-year-old kid again. I'm not okay. And I can only hang in there for so long before I seek relief. And that's why I kept relapsing over and over the years. This time I bought into recovery, and I found healthy ways to deal with anxiety and depression. And I can get ramped up like this, or I can start talking a little bit slower. I can take a breath. I can literally chill myself right out. I can bring the whole energy in the room down by just changing the way that I talk, by changing the tempo of my speech. And I can talk myself off a cliff now. I can go backwards. It's called mindfulness, meditation, breathing. I could never do that my whole life, not my child life, not my adolescent life, not my adult life. So when I found marijuana and alcohol, it kind of took the edge off. See, alcohol and drugs are temporary solutions to a bigger problem. If you have anxiety, you have depression, you have self-esteem issues, you have trauma, you have family stuff, we have to find healthy ways to deal with that. We have to find healthy, holistic ways to deal with the way that we feel. Because if we don't, and you start to dibble-dabble and experiment with these other substances, you will find yourself going down this bad road of self-medication.
One of the things is coming up with strategies to put yourself in a situation when somebody hands you, I mean, as Kevin says, you know, your friend hands you a joint and you like, take a puff. I don't even know what that is. But I take it anyway? Or do you have an excuse, or do you have a way out? You know, and you have to have that way out so that you don't engage in the activity that you don't want to be a part of. And that was part of it, is coming up with those strategies for vaping. You know, if somebody hands you the vape, you don't even know half the time. These kids don't know what it is, but they'll try it because their friend is doing it, and then they don't have a way out because they're not prepared. So it's prepare them. Let's prepare them to make that decision.
So if someone comes up to you and is like, yo, Kev, you want to try this vape, this cigarette, this thing, and that? I'm like, yo, my man, I would, but I just went to this group and this dude, Kevin Rosario, talked about genetic predisposition. My prefrontal lobe is not fully developed. I'm not willing to take that risk. You gotta practice it. You gotta practice like, yo, my man, I would, but come to find out, I got an underdeveloped prefrontal lobe and I'm at an increased risk. I'm not trying to go down that road. Right? If you work on that, and some dude comes up to you with a joint or a vape or whatever, and you hit him with some genetic predisposition, increased risk stuff, he's like, well, you're going to walk away. He ain't going to know what to do. He'll be so confused. Like, what? Predisposition? Whatever, man. He's going to walk away. You scare him away with science, right? But to go back to what my man said, have excuses locked and loaded, right? I'm a student. I'm an athlete. I got asthma. Whatever the case may be. Like, you can have some issues, right?
There's so many more influences now. There's social media, the other kids in school. It's just such a different time. So they have a lot of pressures going on now. So to get that to them early and just, you know, educate them early on the subject. I mean, they see it every day in the news. They see it on social media. They live it. I mean, it's here. We know as adults we know how to handle it a lot better now because we've already been through it. And these kids now are just so pushed into it so quickly that it's very important for us to get a word out early to them.
At the beginning of the year, you saw the kids probably making some bad decisions. As the year progressed, they start trusting the adults in the building and coming to you and saying, hey, this is going on, can we talk about it? They go to guidance a lot, which is phenomenal, and it's good. You see them actually growing in their age and their maturity.
So your kids just came home with all this overwhelming information. They want to talk to you about it. So engage them, say, hey, well, what happened at the youth summit? Don't say, how was the day? Because they're going to say good or bad. You know, you need to open-ended questions that they have to answer, you know, and ask them there were four classes that they went to. What did you do at lunch? So they went to 4 classes. Find out what each class was. Make them tell you that.
First of all, the parents need to learn all they can learn about the dangers of drugs and or alcohol. But there's the police, there's several different professionals, organizations all over, and resources, especially right here in the Cape. There's resources from, you know, down Cape, up Cape. You have Gosnold, you have mentors, you have, I mean, I can go all day on the organizations that are around to help. And the parents need to realize and go out and find those. I mean, if you have trouble, come to the police, because we are in touch with every organization you can think of.
The Youth Summit and what the kids put together and help organize is an amazing thing. I love the fact that, you know, getting all this, especially, you know, the 7th grade that's coming here, being able to meet other people in the community, hear all the lessons, get them prepped and understand what to expect as they move on from middle school and all the way into high school. I think it's being able to take the initiative and having the ownership, I think is a huge thing for students, and it shows that leadership and being able to get involved, and I think it makes a great difference in the community.